Looking at the tape, starting to thin, trying to find a place where we should begin. But the colors are bleeding, the edges are frayed in the magnetic field of the choices we made. I remember you smiling, a vivid bright hue, but now there's a flicker of gray and a blue. The tracking is off, the picture is jumping, while my heart in the silence is steadily thumping. The sound is dragging a semitone low, watching the memories starting to slow. A ghost in the machine, skipping the beat in the middle of the cold and the heavy heat. We're just an analog glitch in a digital world, with all of our secrets tightly curled. A momentary pause, a distorted frame, forgetting the sound of a beautiful name. Yeah, we're caught in the static, we're lost in the blur, trying to remember exactly who we were. Analog glitch, just a flicker of light in the middle of the long magnetic ignite. I try to rewind, but the gears are all stuck in a moment of silence and a moment of luck. There's a horizontal line cutting through your face, a permanent tear in this hollowed out space. It's a beautiful error, a mistake in the code, on a long and a lonely and a winding road. We're saturated in the maybe and if, holding our breath until our hearts get still. The sound is dragging a semitone low, watching the memories starting to slow. A ghost in the machine, skipping the beat in the middle of the cold and the heavy heat. We're just an analog glitch in a digital world, with all of our secrets tightly curled. A momentary pause, a distorted frame, forgetting the sound of a beautiful name. Yeah, we're caught in the static, we're lost in the blur, trying to remember exactly who we were. Analog glitch, just a flicker of light in the middle of the long magnetic night. Is it a memory or is it a dream? Ripping the fabric at every single seam. I'm reaching for the plate, I'm reaching for the stop, waiting for the final heavy needle drop. Can't fix the line. We're just an analog glitch in a digital world, with all of our secrets tightly curled. A momentary pause, a distorted frame, forgetting the sound of a beautiful name. Yeah, we're caught in the static, we're lost in the blur, trying to remember exactly who we were. Analog glitch, just a flicker of light in the middle of the long magnetic ignite. Just a warp line, running out of time. City's asleep, but we're wide awake, counting the promises we didn't break. The blue light of phone is the only sun in a world where the day is finally done. I'm whispering secrets to the shadow wall, waiting for morning to take them all. We're living in a pocket of stolen time, a rhythm that doesn't have a reason or rhyme. The moon is a witness, pale and thin, watching the silence we settled in. I'm holding your voice like a holy thing in the middle of the winter and the end of the spring. We're just living on borrowed midnight, hiding away from the morning light. A temporary peace in the heavy dark, waiting for the sun to make its mark. Yeah, we're keeping the world at a steady halt. It's not my choice, it's not your fault. Borrowed midnight, ticking away in the quiet before the gray of the day. Streetlights are humming a low, steady tune under the gaze of a ghost white moon. I can hear the cars in the distance below, moving to a place that we'll never know. I don't wanna see the first crack of dawn, knowing the magic will already be gone. So I'll stay in this hour, I'll stay in this dream, where everything is exactly what it seems. The moon is a witness, pale and thin, watching the silence we're settled in. I'm holding your voice like a holy thing, in the middle of and in the end of the spring. We're just living on borrowed midnight, hiding away from the morning light. A temporary peace in the heavy dark, waiting for the sun to make its mark. Yeah, we're keeping the world at a steady halt. It's not my choice, it's not your fault. Borrowed midnight, ticking away in the quiet before the gray of the day. Is it a loan or is it a gift? Watching the shadows start to shift, I'll pay it back with the tears of the day. If I can just make this moment stay. Just one more hour. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. We're just living on borrowed midnight, hiding away from the morning light. A temporary peace in the heavy dark, waiting for the sun to make its mark. Yeah, we're keeping the world at a steady halt. It's not my choice, it's not your fault. Borrowed midnight, ticking away in the quiet before the gray of the day. The clock is turning, the stars are burning. Borrowed midnight, just a little more time.
Staring through the thick and heavy glass, watching the neon silhouettes slowly pass. The water's getting murky, a milky kind of blue. I'm losing the outline of the version of you. We're swimming in circles in a 10-gallon world, with all of our secrets tightly curled. I press my palm against the cool, damp wall, waiting for the empire of glass to fall. The oxygen is running low in the tank, watching the memories slowly sink to the bank. Your eyes are wide, but you don't see me in this artificial lonely sea. We're just trapped in a cloudy aquarium, a silent suffocating planetarium, watching the light distort and bend, waiting for the oxygen to finally end. Yeah, we're breathing in the dust and the sand, reaching for a touch we can't understand. Cloudy aquarium, drifting apart in the cold blue water of a broken heart. The filter filter is humming a low, steady drone, a mechanical heart that we've always known. I remember when the water was crystal and bright, before we let in the shadows of the night. Now there's algae growing on the castle floor, and I can't find the latch to the open door. We're just two shadows in a blurry frame, forgetting the sound of each other's name. The oxygen is running low in the tank, watching the memories slowly sink to the bank. Your eyes are wide, but you don't see me in this artificial lonely sea. We're just trapped in a cloudy aquarium, a silent suffocating planetarium, watching the light distort and bend, waiting for the oxygen to finally end. Yeah, we're breathing in the dust and the sand, reaching for a touch we can't understand. Cloudy aquarium, drifting apart in the cold blue water of a broken heart. Is it the glass or is it my eyes? Everything's a blur in this watery disguise. I'm tapping on the wall, can you hear the sound? Or are we already lost and never found? Can't breathe. We're just trapped in a cloudy aquarium, a silent suffocating planetarium, watching the light distort and bend, waiting for the oxygen to finally end. Yeah, we're breathing in the dust and the sand, reaching for a touch we can't understand. Cloudy aquarium, drifting apart in the cold blue water of a broken heart. Just a bubble, rising to the top. Cloudy week, when will it stop? Sunlight hitting the corner of the frame, dances with the ghost that has no name. 1,000 tiny worlds in a single beam, floating in the silence of a waking dream. I'm standing in the hallway, holding my breath, watching the slow golden dance of death. Everything is moving, yet nothing is changed in this house where the memories are all rearranged. They're rising and falling in the rhythmy slow, with nowhere to be and nowhere to go. The quiet could wait in the middle of the day, while the rest of the world is just fading away. We're just dust, you know what's in the hall tonight, caught in the trap of a beautiful lie. Weightless and drifting, nowhere to land, slipping through the fingers of a heavy hand. Yeah, we're visible only when the sun hits right, before we vanish back into the night. Time smokes in the hall, just a flicker of glow in the only home that we'll ever know. I try to reach out, try to grab a piece, but the movement only makes the spinning increase. The air from my hand sends them into a swirl, a tiny storm in a quiet girl's world. Maybe we're the same, just a speck in the air, looking for a reason to even be there. Sifting through the hours, sifting through the years, drowning result of our tears. They're rising and falling in a rhythmic slow, with nowhere to be and nowhere to go. A quiet parade in the middle of the day, while the rest of the world is just fading away. We're just dust motes in the hall tonight, caught in the trap of a beautiful lie. Weightless and drifting, nowhere to land, slipping through the fingers of a heavy hand. Yeah, we're visible only when the sun hits right, before we vanish back into the night. Ice melts in the hall, just a flicker of glow. Shadows that they already know. Will I be forgotten when the light leaves the floor? Just another ghost behind a bedroom door. So wait, see through the
Staring at the dark ring on the white porcelain, where the conversation used to begin. The steam has vanished into the overhead fan, leaving me with the ghost of a plan. I'm tilting the cup to see the bottom of the well, searching for the stories we used to tell. It's just a hollow space, a ceramic shell, a tiny room where my secrets dwell. The chair across from me is light as air. I'm talking to the shadow sitting there. The sugar is settled, the sweetness is gone in the gray light of a Tuesday dawn. There's an echo in the cup tonight, resonating in the fading light. The sound of a laugh that I used to know, bouncing off the walls of the long ago. Yeah, I'm drinking the silence, I'm swallowing the sound, in a tiny circle that I finally found. Echo in the cup, ringing in my ear. Everything we were is crystal clear. The ceramic is cold against my lip. I'm losing my mind with every tiny sip. I remember the way you'd hold the handle tight, like you were afraid of the coming night. Now there's a stain where your thumb used to be, a permanent mark of what you did to me. The chair across from me is light as air. I'm talking to the shadow sitting there. The sugar is settled, the sweetness is gone in the gray light of a Tuesday dawn. There's an echo in the cup tonight, resonating in the fading light. The sound of a laugh that I used to know, bouncing off the walls of the long ago. Yeah, I'm drinking the silence, I'm swallowing the sound, in a tiny circle that I finally found. Echo in the cup, ringing in my ear. Everything we were is crystal clear. It's not just coffee, it's not just tea. It's the vibration of a memory. I'm shouting your name into the porcelain rim, watching the edges of the world get dim. Can you hear it so hollow? There's an echo in the cup tonight, resonating in the fading light. The sound of a laugh that I used to know, bouncing off the walls of the long ago. Yeah, I'm drinking the silence, I'm swallowing the sound, in a tiny circle that I finally found. Echo in the cup, ringing in my ear. Everything we were is crystal clear. Just a hollow sound on the cold hard ground. Echo in the cup, I'm drinking it up, yeah. Tracing the dust on the windowsill, watching the shadows standing perfectly still. The light is cutting through in thin gray lines, a million secrets trapped in the blind sight. I'm keeping the world at a safe distance, building a life with the least resistance. Half of me wants to let the morning in, the other half is scared of where to begin. It's a hazy kind of cold on the wooden floor. I'm not quite sure what I'm waiting for. The kettle is whistling a lonely tune under the gaze of a ghost white moon. We're just living through the half-open blinds, filtering the thoughts inside of our minds. A little bit of hope, a little bit of fear, waiting for the vision to finally clear. Yeah, we're caught in the stripes of the afternoon, praying that the night doesn't come too soon. Half-open blinds, just watching it fade in the quiet sanctuary that we made. The coffee is bitter, but I drink it slow, watching the people in the street below. Oh, then moving in a blur of high def rush, while I'm wrapped in this velvet hush. I keep the latch on the memory tight, protective layers against the light. It's easier to see when it's not too bright, keeping the truth just out of my sight. It's a hazy kind of gold on the wooden floor. I'm not quite sure what I'm waiting for. The kettle is whistling a lonely tune under the gaze of a ghost white moon. We're just living through the half-open blinds, filtering the thoughts inside of our mind. A little bit of hope, a little bit of fear, waiting for the vision to finally clear. Yeah, we're caught in the stripes of the afternoon, praying that the night doesn't come too soon. Half-open blinds, just watching it fade in the quiet sanctuary that we made. Is it a window, or is it a wall? Am I standing up, or about to fall? I'm breathing in the dust of a yesterday, trying to find the words I'll never say. Through the half-open blinds, filtering the thoughts inside of our mind. Yeah, a little bit of hope, a little bit of fear, yeah, waiting for the vision to finally clear. Yeah, we're caught in the stripes of the afternoon, praying that the night doesn't come too soon. Half-open blinds, just watching it fade in the quiet sanctuary that we made. Just a sliver of the sun, watching the dust motes run. Half-open blinds keep the world outside. Yeah, now fade outside.
The window is open, the breeze is starting to blow, watching the curtains swing to and fro. The letters on the desk are trying to fly away to a different city, to a different day. But you're sitting on my chest, a solid piece of glass, watching all the wandering thoughts slowly pass. I'm anchored to this chair, I'm anchored to this room, in the middle of the winter and the end of the bloom. The ink is dry but the paper is thin, trying to hold the heavy silence in. I'm reaching for a pen that I can't even hold, in the middle of the gray and the cold. We're just paperweight hearts on a pile of lies, holding down the truth with our heavy eyes, afraid that if we move it'll all blow away in the sudden rush of a Saturday. Yeah, we're keeping the memory from catching the air with the weight that's too much for a heart to bear. Paperweight hearts holding it down in the quietest part of this lonely town. I remember when we were a kite in the sky, before we found out how the feathers can die. Now we're just ornaments, clear and cold, in a story that's already been told. You're pressing on the sorry, I'm pressing on the weight, trying to balance the scales of our fate. If I lift you up, will the words just scatter, as if none of this could ever really matter? The ink is dry, but the paper is thin, trying to hold the heavy silence in. I'm reaching for a pen that I can't even hold, in the middle of the gray and the cold. Oh, we're just paperweight hearts on a pile of lies, holding down the truth with our heavy eyes, afraid that if we move it'll all blow away in the sudden rush of a Saturday. Yeah, we're keeping the memory from catching the air with the weight that's too much for a heart to bear. Paperweight hearts holding it down in the quietest part of this snowy town. Just one gust of wind, just one open door, and we'd be all over the bedroom floor. But we're holding on tight, we're staying in place, with a cold hard stare on a glass blown face. Don't let it fly, so heavy. Paperweight hearts on a pile of lies, holding down the truth with our heavy eyes, afraid that if we move it'll all blow away in the sudden rush of a Saturday. Yeah, we're keeping the memory from catching the air with the weight that's too much for a heart to bear. Paperweight hearts holding it down in the quietest part of this lonely town. Just a piece of glass, letting the feeling pass. Paperweight heart, stay where you are. Paperweight heart, stay where you are.
Found a crumpled piece of paper in my coat, a tiny ghost of a night we never wrote. Data's blurry, but the numbers tell a tale. 2 coffees and a muffin getting stale. The ink is lifting, turning into gray, just like the words we didn't mean to say. I'm tracing numbers that don't add up anymore, leaving the ghost behind the kitchen door. It's funny how a scrap of paper holds the weight of every little thing we left to fade. The silver light is hitting the caffeine stain, the paper map of all our hidden pain. We're just faded receipts in an old glass jar, trying to remember who we really are. The price we paid for a moment in the sun, counting all the things that we should have done. Yeah, we're losing the color, losing the line, waiting for a heart that's no longer mine. Faded receipts washing away in the quiet cold of a Saturday. I remember how the steam rose from your cup, the way you never wanted to look up. We spent 30 minutes talking about the rain, avoiding all the shadows in the grain. Now this thermal paper's turning into white, losing every memory to the light. I could throw it out, I could let it go, but it's the only proof of us I know. It's funny.
A sudden spark that hit the wall. A tiny lightning bolt, sharp and blue. A reminder of the tension between me and you.
Yeah, it's in the wool of the sweater I wore. A hum that's vibrating through the floor. We built up charges waiting for a ground, but the silence is the only solid thing we found.
The air is dry, the wind is getting long. Searching for the right, avoiding the wrong. Every time we touch, it's a warning sign. A jagged crack in the invisible line. We're just static on the skin tonight. An electric ghost in the pale moonlight. Short circuit in the words we try to say. In a sudden flash that fades away. Yeah, we're jumping the gap, we're breaking the air. Tracing the sparks that are always there. Static on the skin, don't let it in the space where the shadows begin. I see the glow in the friction of the sheets. A neon rhythm that our memory repeats. I'm pulling away before I get burned by all the lessons that we never quite learned.
But the magnetic pull is too hard to ignore. Even when the shock leaves me wanting more. It's a surface level sting, a temporary high, under the roof of a cold electric sky.
The air is dry, the winter's getting long. Searching for the right, avoiding the wrong. Every time we touch, it's a warning sign. A jagged crack in the invisible line. We're just static on the skin tonight. An electric ghost in the pale moonlight. Short circuit in the words we tried to say. In a sudden flash that fades away. Yeah, we're jumping the gap, we're breaking the air. Tracing the sparks that are always there. Static on the skin, don't let it in the space where the shadows begin.
Is it attraction?
Or just friction?
A temporary kind of addiction.
One more touch and we might ignite.
Burning out the fuse in the middle of the night.
So electric, don't let go. We're just static on the skin tonight. An electric ghost in the pale moonlight. Short circuit in the words we tried to say. In a sudden flash that fades away. Yeah, we're jumping the gap, we're breaking the air. Tracing the sparks that are always there. Static on the skin, don't let it in the space where the shadows begin. Just a tiny spark in the heavy dark. Static on the skin.
The clouds are hanging low over the bridge. Static electricity on every ridge. I can feel the heavy air inside my lungs. A language spoken by the unspoken tongues. The windows are starting to fog from within. A silver veil covering our skin. We're borrowing the heat before the storm. Trying to keep the dying embers warm. The city is a blur through the misty glass. Watching all the neon go slowly pass. I'm reaching for a hand I shouldn't hold. In the middle of the gray and the gold. We're just living on stolen humidity. Lost in the haze of our own proximity. The weight of the rain that hasn't fallen yet. Trapped in a moment we'll never forget. Yeah, we're breathing the vapor of a The ceiling fan is spinning out of time, counting every rhythm, every rhyme. There's a damnness in the pages of my book. Every memory has a distorted look. It's not quite water, it's not quite air, just the ghost of a feeling that's always there. We're saturated in it, maybe in it, holding our breath until our hearts get still. The city is a blur through the misty glass, watching all the neon go slowly past. I'm reaching for a hand I shouldn't hold, in the middle of the gray and the gold. We're just living on stolen humidity, lost in the haze of our own proximity. The weight of the rain that hasn't fallen yet, trapped in a moment we'll never forget. Yeah, we're breathing the vapor of a lie, under the ceiling of a heavy sky. Stolen humidity, don't let it dry, in the space between a hello and goodbye. When the first drop hits the hard concrete, will the magic vanish in the street? I'm soaked in the thought of losing you before the storm even breaks through. So heavy before the rain. Just living on stolen humidity, lost in the haze of our own proximity. The weight of the rain that hasn't fallen yet, trapped in a moment we'll never forget. Yeah, we're breathing the vapor of a lie, under the ceiling of a heavy sky. Stolen humidity, don't let it dry, in the space between a hello and goodbye. The storm is coming, I can hear the drumming. Stolen humidity, just let it be. Just let it be.
I'm sliding the door on the wooden track, watching the shadows in the very back. A row of shoulders, a row of sleeves, except for the space that the memory leaves. There's a silver hook in the middle of the line, cold and thin and perfectly fine, holding nothing but the weight of the air, where your favorite jacket used to be there. It's a hollow shape in a crowded space, a silhouette of a missing face. I'm reaching for a sleeve that I can't even touch, in a world that's asking for a little too much. We're just the empty hanger in the back, a silver ghost on a wooden rack, swaying in the breeze of an open door, wishing for the weight we had before. Yeah, we're keeping the gap, we're keeping the light, in the middle of the long and the lonely night. The empty hanger, just a cold thin frame, forgetting the feeling of a beautiful name. I remember the way the wood would smell, the scent place if I only could. But a hanger is just a question mark, hanging alone in the heavy dark. It's a hollow shape in a crowded space, a silhouette of a missing face. I'm reaching for a sleeve that I can't even touch, in a world that's asking for a little too much. We're just the empty hanger in the back, a silver ghost on a wooden rack, swaying in the breeze of an open door, wishing for the weight we had before. Yeah, we're keeping the gap, we're keeping the light in the middle of the long and the lonely night. The empty hanger, just a cold thin frame, forgetting the feeling of a beautiful name. I should take it down, I should put it away, but I'm saving the space for a different day. What if you come back for the jacket you left in the middle of the silence, in the middle of the depths? Just afraid. We're just the empty hanger in the back, a silver ghost on a wooden rack, swaying in the breeze of an open door, wishing for the weight we had before. Yeah, we're keeping the gap, we're keeping the light in the middle of the long and the lonely night. The empty hanger, just a cold thin frame, forgetting the feeling of a beautiful name. Just a silver hook, one last look, the empty hanger in the dark. The empty dark.
Watching the clear just turn to round, a slow surrender without a sound, floating in the amber of a drink we shared, the last of the winter that we both declared. It's getting smaller in the center of the glass, counting the seconds as they slowly pass. The condensation is a cold thin sweat, a memory that hasn't quite melted yet. The table is cold under my palm, in the middle of this artificial calm. I'm watching the lines on your face get blurred, remembering exactly who we were. We're just the last ice cube in a lukewarm glass, watching the summer of our love finally pass, shifting and shrinking, losing our shape in a liquid cage with no escape. Yeah, we're watering down the truth we knew, losing the strength of me and you. The last ice cube, just a memory of gold, in a story that's already been told. The cracks are appearing in the crystal skin, letting the heat of the afternoon in. I remember when we were a frozen lake, before we found out how much we could break. Now you're just a ripple, I'm just a drop. The melting is a rhythm that we can't stop. Soon there'll be nothing but a shallow pool of a fire that we try to keep so cool. The table is cold under my palm, in the middle of this artificial calm. I'm watching the lines on your face just the last ice cube in a lukewarm glass, watching the summer of our love finally pass, shifting and shrinking, losing our shape in a liquid cage with no escape. Yeah, we're watering down the truth we knew, losing the strength of me and you. The last ice cube, just a memory of cold in a story that's already been told. One more second and you'll be gone. One more breath and I'm moving on. Transparent pieces of a broken heart, falling and drifting and tearing apart. Ooh, where did we go? We're just the last ice cube in a lukewarm glass, watching the summer of our love finally pass, shifting and shrinking, losing our shape in a liquid cage with no escape. Yeah, we're watering down the truth we knew, losing the strength of me and you. The last ice cube, just a memory of cold in a story that's already been told. Just a drop in the glass, letting the feeling pass. The last ice cube. It's all gone.
Staring through the thick and heavy glass, watching the neon silhouette slowly pass. The water's getting murky, a milky kind of blue. I'm losing the outline of the version of you. We're swimming in circles in a 10-gallon world, with all of our secrets tightly curled. I press my palm against the cool, damp wall, waiting for the empire of glass to fall. The oxygen is running low in the tank, watching the memories slowly sink to the bank. Your eyes are wide, but you don't see me in this artificial lonely sea. We're just trapped in a cloudy aquarium, silent, suffocating planetarium, watching the light distort and bend, waiting for the oxygen to finally end. Yeah, we're breathing in the dust and the sand, reaching for a touch we can't understand. Cloudy aquarium, drifting apart in the cold blue water of a broken heart. Blue water of a broken heart. The filter is humming a low, steady drone, a mechanical heart that we've always known. I remember when the water was crystal and bright, before we let in the shadows of the night. Now there's algae growing on the castle floor, and I can't find the latch to the open door. We're just two shadows in a blurry frame, forgetting the sound of each other's name. The oxygen is running low in the tank, watching the memories slowly sink to the bank. Your eyes are wide, but you don't see me in this artificial lonely sea. We're just trapped in a cloudy aquarium, silent, suffocating planetarium, watching the light distort and bend, waiting for the oxygen to finally end. Yeah, we're breathing in the dust and the sand, reaching for a touch we can't understand. Cloudy aquarium, drifting apart in the cold blue water of a broken heart. Of a broken heart. Is it the glass or is it my eyes? Everything's a blur in this watery disguise. I'm tapping on the wall, can you hear the sound? Or are we already lost and never found? Can't breathe. We're just trapped in a cloudy aquarium, silent, suffocating planetarium, watching the light distort and bend, waiting for the oxygen to finally end. Yeah, we're breathing in the dust and the sand, reaching for a touch we can't understand. Cloudy aquarium, drifting apart in the cold blue water of a broken heart. Just a bubble rising to the top. Cloudy aquarium, when will it stop?
I can feel it in the wood, a low frequency hum, like a distant beat of a hidden drum. A phantom ring in the middle of the night when the screen is dark and the room is tight. I'm reaching for the ghost of a message sent, trying to figure out where the feeling went. It's a ripple in the water, a shiver in the bone, in the quietest house I've ever known. The air is heavy with the things we didn't say, vibrating in the space between the blue and the gray. A frequency that only we can hear in the middle of the distance, in the middle of the fear. Yeah, we're just an unseen vibration in the floor, searching for the handle of a locked up door. A resonance is shaking the foundations of our home, in the hollow of the wood, in the cold of the chrome. Yeah, we're moving in waves and nobody can see, in the frequency of you and the frequency of me. Unseen vibration, just a low end sound, breaking the silence that we finally found. I remember the way your voice would shake in the middle of a promise that we could make. Now it's just a hum in the wires of the wall, a vibration that refuses to let us fall. I'm putting my ear to the cold hard ground, searching for the pulse of the love we found. But the frequency is shifting, the signal is weak, in the middle of the mountain, in the middle of the peak. The air is heavy with the things we didn't say, vibrating in the space between the blue and the gray. A frequency that only we can hear in the middle of the distance, in the middle of the fear. We're just an unseen vibration in the floor, searching for the handle of a locked up door. A resonance is shaking the foundations of our home, in the hollow of the wood, in the cold of the chrome. Yeah, we're moving in waves and nobody can see, in the frequency of you and the frequency of me. Unseen vibration, just a low end sound, breaking the silence that we finally found. Is it a heartbeat? Or is it the city, or in me kind of sorrow, a living kind of pity? I'm resonating with the ghost of your touch. Maybe I'm asking for a little too much. Can you feel it shaking in the floor, searching for the handle of a locked up door. A resonance is shaking the foundations of our home, in the hollow of the wood, in the cold of the chrome. Yeah, we're moving in waves that nobody can see,